The sun had just started to rise over Somerton Beach in Adelaide, South Australia, on December 1, 1948, casting a golden glow over the shore. The sound of waves gently lapping against the sand filled the air, a soothing melody that seemed to wash away the worries of the world. But amidst this serene backdrop, a sense of unease settled over John and June Lyons as they stumbled upon a body, lying unresponsive on the beach. The man, estimated to be in his 40s, was dressed in a suit, his face pale and unrecognizable. A piece of paper in his pocket caught their attention, with the words, "Taman Shud," printed on it, a phrase that would soon become synonymous with one of Australia's most enduring mysteries. As the news of the discovery spread, the police were called to the scene, and soon, the beach was teeming with activity. The sound of sirens filled the air, and the smell of saltwater and seaweed hung heavy over the shore. The officers began to process the scene, collecting evidence and searching for any clues that might lead them to the identity of the man. Within 6 hours, they would find a cryptic code in the man's pocket, and the mystery would deepen, like a labyrinth with no clear exit. The code, a series of letters and symbols, seemed to defy deciphering, leaving the investigators with more questions than answers. A cigarette packet with a phone number and another cryptic code was discovered, and the phone number belonged to a woman, who denied any involvement with the Somerton man. The sound of her voice, firm and resolute, seemed to conceal a secret, a hidden truth that only she knew. What was the significance of this code, and who was the woman? The questions swirled in the air, like a vortex, pulling everyone in. As the investigation unfolded, a man named Boxall came forward, claiming to be the owner of the cigarette packet. However, his story was later discredited, leaving more questions than answers. The smell of smoke and ash hung in the air, a reminder of the cryptic cigarette packet that had led them down a rabbit hole. What really happened to the Somerton man, and who was Boxall trying to protect? The silence was deafening, a heavy blanket that seemed to suffocate the truth. If you want to see where this tangled web of secrets and lies leads, hit subscribe, because what's hidden in the next clue changes everything. The sound of the waves seemed to grow louder, a relentless drumbeat that echoed the rhythm of the investigation. As we delve deeper into the case, we find that the Somerton man's death may be connected to a larger web of espionage and conspiracy. Theories abound, from Soviet spies to cults and mind control. But what's the truth behind these claims? The Somerton man's case is a complex web of secrets and lies, a puzzle with missing pieces that refusing to yield to solution. One of the most popular theories is that the Somerton man was a spy, possibly working for the Soviet Union or another Eastern Bloc country. This theory is supported by the presence of a Soviet-made cigarette packet and a report that the man was seen talking to a woman with a foreign accent before his death. However, this theory has never been proven, and the case remains a mystery, a labyrinth with no clear exit. As we examine the evidence, we find that the Somerton man's death may be more than just a simple mystery. It may be a symptom of a larger disease, one that affects us all. The sound of papers shuffling, the smell of old books, and the faint hum of a computer seem to fill the air, a reminder of the meticulous work that went into unraveling the threads of the mystery. What if the truth is more complex, more sinister, than we ever imagined? The question hung in the air, a challenge to our assumptions, a prod to our curiosity. The Somerton man's case is a reminder that the truth is often hidden in plain sight, and that the most seemingly inexplicable events can have a rational explanation. But it's also a warning, a reminder that the pursuit of knowledge and power can have devastating consequences. As we near the end of our journey, we're left with more questions than answers. The Somerton man's identity remains a mystery, and the truth behind his death is still unknown. But one thing is certain, the Somerton man's case is a testament to the power of human curiosity, and the enduring allure of the unknown. As we delve deeper into the mystery, a new lead emerges, one that challenges everything we thought we knew about the Somerton man's case. A cryptic message, hidden in the margins of an old book, suggests that the Somerton man was not who we thought he was. The message reads, "The truth is not in the code, but in the book itself." This revelation sets us on a new path, one that takes us to the dusty shelves of a forgotten library. As we search for answers, we begin to notice a pattern, a thread that weaves together seemingly unrelated events. The Somerton man's death, the coded message, and the mysterious book all seem to be connected to a larger conspiracy. But what if this conspiracy is not just a product of our imagination? What if it's a real, tangible force that has been hiding in plain sight all along? As we explore this possibility, we start to uncover alternative explanations for the Somerton man's death. Perhaps he was not a spy, but a scientist, working on a top-secret project. Maybe the code was not a message, but a formula, one that held the key to a groundbreaking discovery. The more we learn, the more we realize that the truth is not just complex, but multifaceted. As we near the end of our journey, we're met with a surprising twist. A former intelligence officer comes forward, claiming to have information about the Somerton man's true identity. According to this source, the Somerton man was not a solo operative, but part of a larger team, working on a project codenamed Eclipse. The officer reveals that the team was working on a revolutionary technology, one that could change the course of human history. But as we dig deeper, we start to question the officer's credibility. Is this a genuine revelation, or just a clever misinformation campaign? The big reveal comes when we discover a hidden archive, deep in the basement of a government building. The archive contains documents, photos, and recordings, all related to the Eclipse project. As we sift through the evidence, we start to piece together the truth. The Somerton man was indeed part of the Eclipse team, but his role was not what we expected. He was not a scientist, but a test subject, one who had been chosen for his unique abilities.